We cut out the floor, then we started cleaning all the oil because the entire bilge looked like this.
Previously on YARREH, we had the pleasant discovery of finding out that our bilge was fully coated in oil. So we took the necessary steps to clean it up.
Eric's not going to be happy about that.
And so began our deep dive into a massive project, often referred to as opening a can of worms.
We already loosened the keel bolts.
So that just made me this socket, and he cut it into pieces and welded it together. So this is our keel bolt socket.
It was time for the big moment. Removing the keel.
Our next job is to cut out all of the stringers. First stringer out. Oh my god, that's wet. Look how wet that is.
So, yeah, those things are fully soaked all the way into here.
Oh my god. That's disgusting. This smells horrible. The most important thing about the stringers that we learned?
If you buy a new boat, you do not have rotten stringers.
What is actually a serious note?
Then apparently we have to take one out, put it back in before we do the other one. You can't cut them all at once. That's what we hear. Yep.
So what that means, there's 4 stringers in our boat. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to first sand this all down, put the new stringer in, fiberglass it, let it cure, then take this one out, do the same thing, then this one, and in the end, fiberglass the whole thing.
Except if we came up with another plan.
So you want to tell everybody why we're making a cradle?
Why we're making a cradle?
Yeah.
To have the structural support so we can cut out all the stringers in once.
Removing all structural stringers from a boat at once can seriously compromise the hull's integrity and shape. Here are the main reasons to avoid this practice. 1. Structural support. Stringers are essential for maintaining the hull's shape and rigidity. Removing them simultaneously can lead to distortion, making reinstallation difficult. 2. Loss of shape. The hull is engineered to handle specific stresses. Removing all stringers can cause flexing or warping, resulting in long-term structural issues. 3. Increased risk of damage. Without adequate support, the hull becomes more vulnerable to cracks and damage during the removal process, complicating repairs and increasing costs. 4. Difficulty in alignment. Removing all stringers makes it challenging to maintain alignment for reinstallation. A cradle keeps everything in place, ensuring the new stringers fit correctly.
Time to put the rubber protecting on.
So the solution? Building a cradle. To mitigate these risks, we constructed a cradle to support the hull and preserve its shape during stringer removal. This helps shape preservation and keeps the hull's original shape intact. Stability provides a stable working environment, enhancing safety. And easier reinstallation facilitates accurate and straightforward reinstallation of new stringers. In summary, building a cradle before stringer removal ensures the hull remains intact and manageable, leading to a safer and more successful rebuild.
One of the crows stole one of the sausages off the barbecue, flying away, and he was running behind it.
No way.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. He was running behind the crow.
Nice.
Check it out. We've got 3 exterior little riblets here, I call them. It's our cradle so that we can remove the stringers on the inside at the same time. So support from the outside will allow us to do that. Over the course of the day, we worked together to assemble the cradle, which in turn would allow us to proceed with the bilge work. This setup not only provided the necessary support for the hull, but also made the grinding process more efficient and manageable. It felt great to see our progress and know we were on track for a successful rebuild. Well, for a Sunday, we've been very successful. We still have a lot of work to do this evening, but we got the 4 braces making a cradle. Each one of them is actually directly under the stringer that's on the inside. Those stringers we're gonna cut out now. We've already removed, the last one has already been removed. Boatyard is super busy. We've got a lot of work to do ourselves today. We're going to start sanding the inside of the hull. We took out the first stringer last night, and yeah, we're gonna work away at that. Hopefully get the bilge sanded. So I'm gonna go ahead and tape up the interior so it doesn't get all dusty.
We're gonna start cutting out the rest of the stringers. Woo-hoo!
You're gonna need your mufflers. I tell you that much.
With the cradle securely in place, we focused on grinding down the 3 remaining stringers.
I know. That's why I want to get this done, because there's no chance you're going to do this in summer. There's no chance. There's oil underneath there. Rotten. Cut it out!
Alright, so yesterday we removed the stringers. As you can see, that's where they were. There was 4 total. There was 1 in here, and 2, 3. There was 1 back here. You can't really tell anymore. I've already sanded this little piece here, so this is what we're going to be doing to the entire area this week. We're going to be sanding it so it's nice and clean like the rest of the hull. So this whole area will look like that. And we will be sanding the whole bilge as well. So you can see oil was getting in there. It was really wet. Water was getting in there. And that's why we removed them, because they were fully saturated. And a few of them had been cut in pieces, which, I mean, this is a structural component, so they shouldn't be cut ever. One of them was cut by the previous owner. You could tell it was not supposed to be like that. And he did it because he was trying to fit in a bigger holding tank. It is something that we discovered along the way, which was quite shocking to us. We weren't quite sure what we were getting into. We knew it was going to be a refit. We were looking for a project boat. We didn't know it was going to be this extensive, but we have the capabilities of doing this and making this our next home. In the end, we're going to have a really nice boat, so we're pretty excited about that. Yeah, so if you're interested in learning how to rebuild a boat, follow along on our adventures, and I'm sure you will take away a lot of good tips and tricks that, you know, we have come across along the way.
We had a little bit of a sad day.
So earlier today we were trying to buy a gel planer on eBay used, which we thought we could get really cheap, but somebody outbid us by $10.
In the last 4 seconds.
So therefore we couldn't get our hands on a gel planer, which we kind of need to do our extensive osmosis treatment. It's basically a power planer made for the hull of your boat, so you can remove increments of fiberglass, and it goes really quick because it just goes.
And takes however thickness you set it to
1 mil, 2 mil, whatsoever. But we have to remove an extra 2 millimeters to get rid of the extensive blistering and all the dry. You can see that when you get closer. To get rid of all these dried out blisters, and then we're gonna lay up new fiberglass on top of that, and that's how osmosis treatment is done right. So we had a little test sanding, sandblast sanding. We had that done, and we decided we don't want to get it sandblasted because there will be many hours of fairing it smooth after before we can lay up glass again. But yeah, so we're trying to get our hands on a gel planer. If we can't, then we'll be back to plan B, which is sandblasting.
We are hanging out in Brave Scylla's funky RV. Check it out. It's raining a lot. So we're cooking up some breakfast. Christoph did a lot of grinding yesterday, and we are just slowly waking up, filling our bellies, and then the grinding will continue.
This was the moment when we truly felt we were passing a major milestone in our journey. With the cradle fully assembled and the grinding of the remaining stringers underway, it marked a significant step forward in our project. It was a rewarding moment, as all of our hard work was finally coming together and we could see the path ahead more clearly. This progress fueled our motivation and excitement for what was to come.
There's window coming in from this, there's water coming in from this window. We have to take this right now.
Yeah.
This window that's water in.
Window, I think.
That's not good.
No. We gotta take that right away. Wow, look at how clean that's looking. Holy. What's the rest of the grinding you have to do? Like these bits?
The preliminary grind was complete. We were just steps away from closing this chapter and ready to dive into an exhilarating new phase, laying down fresh fiberglass. It was thrilling to think about the progress we were making and looking forward to adding back even more strength to the hull. We couldn't wait to see everything come together.
Yeah, good job. Look at how nice this looks.
Much more is coming soon, so make sure you go subscribe and hang on tight because we're trying really hard to get these videos out.
Why are we gonna replace the stringers? Well,
I love cutting shit out.
bingo bango. That's how it's done, team.
Team, get it done.